I think this is a fair question, no? Yung issue ng conflict of interest dahil yung asawa ni Marcoleta, si Edna Marcoleta, base sa report ng bilyonaryo, independent director at chair ng ng audit committee dito sa Stronghold Insurance Company Incorporated na nag-insure ng several Alpha and Omega projects ng mga diskaya. At siya rin ay isang non-executive director ng Milestone Guarantee and Assessors, ano ba ito? Assurances. Ayan. 2023. Dalawang companies. Okay. Clearly, meron bang ano rito? Conflict of interest or not necessarily?
Well, let's start with the claim, no? Kasi mas madali to respond or rebut, no? The claim or defense of Paulo Marcoleta and Senator Marcoleta, Congressman Paulo and Senator Rodante, no? Ang claim kasi nila, independent director naman si si Ma'am Edna. And tama naman sila. We will give it to them, no? An independent director, generally, walang conflict of interest. Kasi they will not have or should not have, yun yung requirement ng law, any financial stake or interest in the company. Kaya nga kukuha ng independent director. But, ang problema, may dalawang concerns here, no? And this is pointed out not just by me. First of all, dalawang companies. Dun sa first, Stronghold Insurance, doon lang independent director si Mrs. Edna Marcoleta. Sa Milestone Insurance, she's not classified as an independent director doon. Ang technical position niya, yung description or nomenclature ng position niya doon, is non-executive director, which means hindi siya independent director. Hindi siya lang part ng executive team, like a CEO, CFO, COO, etc., etc. Ano siya? Non-executive director. Nakaupo sa board, pero hindi independent. So, that's one. Second, kahit sa Stronghold Insurance, kung saan technically independent director si Edna Marcoleta, may mga documents already showing 2024 GIS or mga financial sheets or disclosure ng Stronghold na merong shares of stock si Edna Marcoleta. Maliit lang naman, but it's still shares, no? 500 shares. And usually, to be a nominal shareholder, nominal yung parang ano lang talaga, para lang mag-qualify siya as a director, no? Bibigyan ng share para mag-qualify.
Yeah.
1 share, usually. Ito, 500. So, hindi talaga siya independent director na kung meron siyang 500 shares of stock in a Stronghold Insurance.
So, does this necessarily cast doubt on the behavior or actions by Senator Marcoleta vis-a-vis the Diskaya testimonies?
Yes, kasi ito na yung ano dyan logical conclusion. The conflict of interest there would arise because their defense is walang conflict of interest because independent director naman. We already belied that with the 2 facts, no? Pero ano ba yung conflict of interest talaga dito? Baka nalalayuan yung mga taong nagbabasa. So what kung insurance company ng mga Diskaya? Paano nagbe-benefit yung asawa or si Senator Marcoleta? So ganito yan. The insurance company issued a bond. So ang Diskaya, mga parang customers yan or clients. As a construction company, they had to get a surety or retention bond which would guarantee the performance or execution of the project ng Diskaya company. Meaning, kung hindi nila in-implement, the government or someone else, the one who contracted them, can go after the insurance. So ito yung isang lumalabas doon sa report ng bilyonaryo that a retention bond amounting to like 19 million was issued by, I think, Stronghold or Milestone. I forget exactly. Ang problema, doon sa project na yon na pinakita ng Bilyonaryo News, it was a ghost project. So kung ghost project yon, the government now, to ensure the execution and completion of the project, has to go after the bond. Para, sige, ma-execute yan, yung pera manggagaling sa bond. So maglalabas, magsusuka ng pera si insurance company. Question, okay lang siguro kung isa lang yung ghost project. Kakayanin pa yan ng reserves or assets ng insurance company. What if, because may 9 companies and more than billions of projects ang mga Diskaya companies, may iba pang projects na in-insure ang Stronghold or Milestone, they will have to shell out or cash out all of these bonds. Kasi nga ghost project eh. So, pwedeng this is a real concern. Pwedeng mag-collapse or ma-bankrupt yung insurance company. And that will be a conflict of interest against Mrs. Edna Marcoleta as a director, hindi lang independent dun sa isa, non-executive siya. Because she now has a stake or interest in the survival of the company. Why? Kasi director nga siya, doon siya sumasahod. By the way, even independent directors, ang taas ng sahod niya, no? But let's just talk about the non-executive director or the 500 shares of stock niya sa Stronghold. Meron siyang financial interest or stake na hindi mag-bankrupt or collapse yung insurance company. So, that's where the conflict of interest arises. Kasi si Senator Marcoleta, asawa niya si Mrs. Edna, sabi niya, asawa ko naman yan, hindi naman ako. Hindi pwede yon. Ang SALN ng isang senador, they file it, pag may asawa ka, you file it including the assets and liabilities of your husband or wife. Why? Because pag ang property regime ng mag-asawa, absolute community or conjugal property, kung ano yung losses nung isa, losses nung pareho. Because na kayo isang property regime na kayo, parang nagkasal talaga kayo, you are one entity. That's why sa SALN, you are required to disclose yung sa asawa mo din. So, that's where the conflict of interest arises na maybe Marcoleta, kung may delikadesa talaga siya, should have declared na, ay hindi ako magtatanong sa mga diskaya. Kasi yung asawa ko, nakaupo sa board ng isang insurance company na ang kliyente nila, mga diskaya. Hindi naman natin sinasabi mawala sa blue ribbon si Senator Marcoleta. Pwede naman siya magtanong kay Goteza or dun sa iba. Pero as to the diskayas, may conflict of interest doon.
Kaso, siya pa nga nagpupush para maging miyembro ng Witness Protection Program itong mga diskaya, hindi ba? After that singular testimony na ang dami pa kang tanong. So, in light of...
What's the link there, di ba? What's the link kung pinupush niya maging state witness? We must remember, if you are admitted as a state witness, you are immune from criminal prosecution and hindi ka na pwedeng patawan ng penalties or forfeiture. So, yung assets, yung bank, yung liquidity ng mga diskaya, hindi na maa-affect. Now, they can pay the insurance company. Ano ba yung pay, no? Kasi hindi ko din nasabi to kanina. The insurance company, sasagutin niya yung ghost project kung may ghost project. But, sisingilin niya ngayon yung contractor. Kasi ang kliyente niya, ito si Alpha General Contractor, hindi naman talaga si insurance company dapat ang managot doon. It should be the contractor. The government will just initially get from the insurance company and act on the bond, forfeit the bond, but the insurance company will now or can now go after the company. Paano kung frozen ang assets ng mga diskayas? Paano kung hindi sila state witnesses? Hindi na makakakolek yung insurance company.
Oo nga. Tsaka yung ganyan, pag sa insurance company na ang pinag-uusapan mo, sobrang lalaki mga proyekto, ano ba yung appetite nila when it comes to exposure? Kunwari, possible ghost projects na isa, dalawa, tatlo.
Kasi hindi naman nila alam na may ghost projects noon. Happy-happy pa lahat. Very liquid ang mga diskayas. So siguro yung appetite risk nila noon, before pumutok ito, lahat ng ito, no, was very high. Na, sige, let's insure the diskaya companies. Okay naman, they're paying well, they're paying consistently. I assume lang to kasi nga, very liquid yung mga diskayas dahil ang dami nilang projects before. Pero ngayong pumutok, maybe insurance companies should think twice about insuring contractors.